Welcome to Talking Point with Stephen Taylor. It's good to have you along. And today, joined by, today we're talking about the Cape Town Carnival, an event that takes place in Cape Town every year. And first off, we're joined by Angie. Angie, how are you? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm good.
Thank you for joining us. Firstly, tell us a bit about you, where you grew up.
Okay. Oh gosh, that's a long story, eh? Which part of my life do you want now?
Well, the short version.
The very short version is I'm a mother of 3 kids.
Okay.
Not kids anymore, adults.
Yes.
And I'm a grandmother.
Okay.
And
So I must call you Tani.
You can call me no, they call me Mama.
Oh, okay,
Mama Angie.
Mama Angie.
That's my official name at Carnival, Mama Angie.
Okay.
Yeah, and I quite enjoy it, eh?
So tell me about your role at the Cape Town Carnival.
Cape Town Carnival, I am the community facilitator, amongst other things.
That's a big word, eh?
A very, very big word, facilitator. And I go out to meet communities wherever they are. That's ocean, from as far as Ocean View, Masipumalele, Wallace Dean, Atlantis.
So the more disadvantaged communities.
We try and reach all the disadvantaged communities, because what I do feel is that we were such a pained people in Cape Town, in South Africa. And this is such a beautiful way of bringing people onto a platform where they are allowed to dance and sing and bring their hearts and be happy.
That's still something I want to do one day, is go on a float and dance. But anyway, we'll talk about that.
Not on the float, try and dance. Because I promise you, it takes a lot of chutzpah to get out there and dance.
Especially the route is long. So
it's a long route.
By the time you get to the finish, it's frek.
Yeah, frek moch. There is moch. But I'm gratified when I go out there and realize how people who have been in the struggle still have the energy, regardless as to what they've gone through, to come and put smiles on spectators' faces.
I love that.
Because I promise you, it'll take me a little bit of doing to get onto that platform in costume and perform.
So how long have you been doing it?
I've been doing it since 2010. That was the first carnival.
7 years. Wow.
7 years, but in 2010 we also did the World Cup opening, same carnival.
Yes.
And the legend just carries on. It's so beautiful.
So tell me about some of the what do you do? You bring communities together, incorporate them into the Cape Town Carnival.
I must say to you that it's not as easy as bringing communities together, because fortunately I was around in 2010 when there were no communities.
That's right.
And I went knocking on doors. I went to churches. I went to all kinds of dance groups, knocking on back doors and told, no, that's not the door, you've got to go around, that's in. I read the community newspapers to find out where the action was.
Oh, wow.
And that was in 2010. And I take my hat off to those groups who did the very first carnival, not knowing what was expected.
Was that the first carnival in 2010?
The very first, 2010, we went down Long Street.
Oh, wow.
And the idea was to stay in Long Street for about 5 years. When the city realized after 2011 carnival, nee, we haal julle uit. Want julle is op roer.
Well, Long Street is small.
Long Street is small, and before we knew it, we were bringing 80,000 spectators into Long Street.
That's crazy.
And that was not going to work.
I don't even know how you can fit 80,000 people into Long Street. That's crazy.
No, another year, and I think those platforms, those banisters...
I don't even think our president can count that far.
I promise you, die Kaap was Hollands.
Yes.
We then, the World Cup opening, fortunately had a different route, so it went from Keisergracht, past the City Hall, and then we were going into Adderley Street and discovered that Adderley Street, because the world was here, we couldn't get through Adderley Street.
That's right.
So the road that was closed.
There was a fan zone at Grand Parade.
Yes, there you're right.
Yeah.
So you were around.
I was around. I went to the fan zone. Come on, I support soccer.
Fabulous.
I support the Cape Town Carnival.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So the joke that evening was that we weren't meant to go. We created our own route.
I see that.
Because the party is happening and the crowd is revved up.
But now I've got a better route.
Yeah, we got a better route.
Yeah.
But we went into Victoria Street, which is a no-go zone because it's the night court and magistrates only use that.
Oh yes, that's right.
Guess what? Magistrates were moving in with the carnival.
I love that. That's so cool.
And that was a great thing for us.
So tell me about some of the, since you started in 2010 until now, tell us about some of the communities that you've brought in and some of the experiences that they've had at the Cape Town Carnival. One
of the older ladies, like 83, 84 years old, said to me,
almost your age.
Since 2010, we don't go there now, we don't go there. Why do you cover these?
Anyway, sorry, yeah, no.
Okay. She said to me,
we'll edit it out.
Angie, I always want to dance in carnival. I know I'm 83 years old.
Wow.
But unless you tell me that I can no longer go.
And she danced?
And she dances, and she's 84 this year, and she's going to dance in carnival again. She's going to be there.
So she doesn't dance on a float, she dances in the street?
She dances in the street. She doesn't yet know that we're putting her on a float this year.
Oh, nice.
Because we'd like Auntie Dottie to be comfortable, and we'd like her to enjoy. Although, I promise you, if I danced next to Auntie Dottie, she'd make it. I wouldn't. I don't know where that woman gets that energy.
So what communities are you bringing in this year?
Which communities?
Yeah. You want some? Just give us a rough breakdown.
I can say to you, there's. Do you want me to mention some of the names?
You can,
of the groups?
Yeah.
It is the United Reformed Church out in Kraaifontein. They are a church brigade and a choir, the church choir.
They're going to be singing?
So they'll be singing and dancing. Then we've got theatre through music out in Bloekombos, which is the neighbouring little village. And then we've also got La Vuti Bai. I love saying that word, La Vuti Bai.
Yeah, they another rather you than me, right?
Mm-hmm. You're right. Yeah. And we have Bridgetown Theatre Company that's now become a dance group. Carnival Time, they're a dance group. We've got the Biorhythm Zumba dance. We've got Leap Science and Maths. I can go on. We've got Bloemco High School. We've got Steenberg High. We've got Musenberg High School. We've got Drummers of the Far South.
Wow.
We've got the Mzansi Blocker. And we've got the Avondale Drummies all the way from Atlantis.
Oh, I love drummies.
Yes, they're cool. Fabulous. They're fabulous. They've joined us in 2010, and they then had a little bit of a silent years, and they've come back on. We've got Settlers High, Chris Hani. Do you want me to carry? I can carry.
No, that's okay. I think that's okay. I think people will be able to come and have a great time at the Cape Town
Carnival. The big
thing
here is that you've got to mention the names.
You have to, yeah.
Because they all want to hear.
We're sorry if we didn't mention your name. But Angie, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
You are most welcome.
And I'll see you at the Cape Town Carnival, all right?
And I guess I'm hoping that everyone listening to this...
Or watching,
listening and watching, will come out to the fan walk on the 18th of March and watch those courageous people do their thing.
Amen to that. Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Talking Point with Stephen Taylor. We'll be back with more on the Cape Town Carnival next.